Right, Lad Chat Podcast. We are back in the room, y'all. What's up? Just myself and Ratty. Tom is not available. Chris is on his way any second. So we're going to get cracking. Just enjoying a lovely beverage. Zero sugar. No calories. Ratty's got a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Tell us, Rat.
No.
What's the Coca-Cola conspiracy, son?
That they're trying to make you drink healthy shit.
Do you reckon?
Then just enjoy it. Drink responsibility, people. That's all it is.
How addictive do you reckon sugar is?
Well, you have in your tomato ketchup.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think they just put it in everything and we're just addicted to it?
It's sweet in there. Something
Yeah. I always find it fascinating. Like,
chocolate and everything you eat.
yeah.
If you eat more low-fat stuff, just bland.
I think that's the thing is it laziness though? Surely, right? Whether it be chocolate or whether it be Coca-Cola, they can find...
Everything's bad for you.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm going to say
You
is
just gotta do
surely
moderate.
they can find a good replacement for sugar.
Like when you get people drinking like 20 cans of Coke every day, yes, they will have health issues.
I think that's the problem. A lot of people... Well, is it Coke's fault or is it people?
Well, no, because it's not just the Coke. It's all the other brands. They'll fall into that trap. But in some sense, when you do the diet stuff,
Well, there was a thing,
they
wasn't
add
it?
a lot more chemicals into it.
I'll have a look now. I can't remember which one it was. Which soda has the least
Probably use Coca-Cola.
sugar?
That's
Right.
right. So awesome.
So let's have a look. I seen something somewhere. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right. Let me just check. 8 popular drinks from the Coca-Cola system. And they're low or no sugar alternatives. No, that's not what I've asked for. It's just give me all fucking...
Like when people put on the internet with Coca-Cola, what it does, what it may do inside your body and all that.
All
With
the sugar in it.
With the teeth rotting thing and all that. But in all fairness, I don't try and keep the Coke swilling in my mouth for like 24 hours to rot my teeth.
Because they do say, don't they? Even like proper juice is bad for you.
Yeah.
Chris, how's it going? Oh,
it's
you got the cakes in.
So the citrus, isn't it?
There you go. You're all set, mate. You're good to go. We're just talking about sugar in drinks.
Well, I say when you do smoothies,
Yeah.
even though you're using fresh fruits and all that, but it's
Yeah.
even bad for you when you mush them all up.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. It
All
kind
the
of
sugar breaks down.
all the
It's like-
sugars in the all the sugars in the
it
food.
enables it, doesn't it? Somehow,
so
like.
really, you're not having a healthy drink. You're
No,
just,
Did you ever watch that program, like £600 Life?
No.
When you have these people in America and there's this doctor and he specialises in extreme weight loss. So he just like, it's not gastric band. It's a bit more industrial than that. Yeah.
Do you want a can? Do you want a can?
Ironically, I will, James.
It's Coke Zero.
But what he advises, once they've had this surgery, they've got to go on a really reduced diet.
Yeah.
And they're not to eat any fruit because of the sugars in the fruit.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. That you haven't seen that show? God, that's awesome. That is. It was on like TLC or something weird like that.
I try not to watch
Oh, cheers, Jim. Thank you.
people trying to lose weight. Because I think it's a lot of hard work.
No, but these people.
How do you get that big though?
They're super obese.
How do you get that big?
£600, you know.
Just
plus.
stupid. Just
Surely,
stop
if you
eating.
I understand letting yourself go, right? We've all done it. But how do you get that big?
Well, this is it.
Where's
isn't
the
it?
point where you can reach your ass when you take a shit and wipe it,
Yeah.
and you think, I'm gonna eat a bit more.
Well, a lot of these people though, they're actually gone past the point of actually going to buy their own food. So they have like relatives and things that are sort of enabling them and going out and buying them food.
You find out, don't you?
Get
They-
feeders, innit?
Yeah,
and
you
they feel guilty about it.
I
Don't
remember
they?
watching our one with. I
I
think
think do sexual fetish where skinny guys
What?
with their
it was this
women.
documentary.
Element of it, isn't there?
It was this documentary where there was I think there was this woman. She was huge, and her husband kept bringing her cheeseburgers.
Oh, because you want to just get bigger.
He loved
I think
it.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he was this skinny guy.
She's got like a goal sheet of what weight she want to
Yeah.
hit, and it's like, why?
Well, there was this woman I was watching on TV before.
People
and
get a
she-
fetish of watching.
Well, that
them
was
eat
it, and she was
hamburgers.
a big lady, and she was like a webcam girl, and she
Yeah.
was saying she gets like double what everyone else gets because of the fetish, and people like like fans send her in like pies and stuff like
But
that.
the thing is, I'm sure people.
we need, don't we?
Living a dream.
We need some guys to get some fetishes on us.
Living a
for
fucking
women.
dream. Yeah, bring some pies in, loves. No, but it's interesting because there is a thing now where there are groups who are for large women.
Yeah.
And I understand you shouldn't necessarily pick on anybody because of their weight, and you shouldn't make it an issue if you're in that person's presence. But on the flip side of that, what these groups are doing is they're kind of normalizing being overweight and even like obese.
Yeah, not to granted that there's health issues involved.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're trying to make out that, I'm big and
I'm
beautiful and I'm
fine,
happy.
yeah.
But you're not really. I understand you kind of
That's it,
you have the
be
weight.
You look
Yeah.
at a thinner model, of course you go. Like,
Yeah, and if they can take a
But
magic
even
pill.
now, though,
I look at a muscly guy and I think, I wish I had muscles like that.
Yeah.
But even that, though, they're getting away from, aren't they? They're getting away from the really skinny models now, and they're having just. But even that they're having like
Both at extreme
the
though,
normal
aren't
girls,
they?
Yeah.
Both are at extreme. You got too skinny and you got too fat. There's that what I would say a normal looking body, and that is a woman who has curves, who has a bit of
Yeah.
weight on her, and that's absolutely fine. But when you see a very large woman and it's all bubbly and just in your face, it's like, I'm so happy about my weight. You're not really. Oh, but I'm active. You're not really.
Because every day you're going home, you're just scoffing your face with chocolate.
But they make out they're active. Are they fuck?
I don't know.
Are they fuck? It's impossible.
But they
all that weight on your joints, on your limbs. You're telling me you could go for a
Knees, your
hike?
hips.
I know when I put on, I've lost about 10 pounds now, 11 pounds in the last sort of few months. I've gone a bit lax recently, but what I found is on my knees, especially. I really found it because I'm only like 5'6" and I'm like 13 stone. Was I 13 stone
What?
11? 13 stone 11.
It's all muscle, Chris. It's all
exactly.
muscle.
But I was finding it though. I was getting pains in my chest, even though that still happens, but it's less now. My knees,
I'm
my
probably about
feet.
16 stone.
No, I know, but how tall are you?
I'm about 5'7". I might be just a little bit taller than you. Not
Yeah.
much. If not, probably same height.
Yeah.
With my knees are fucking.
But don't you
gone.
find it though on your knees and stuff?
Yeah, especially
yeah.
in work because I'm standing up all
Yeah.
the time when you're not moving.
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it? Because I really did. I only noticed my knees were hurting when I lost the weight,
Yeah.
and my feet as well. In the mornings, I wake up, especially one side, my foot feels like.
That could be arthritis.
But
as well,
with me,
mate.
it could be hereditary because my mum and
Yeah,
dad
it
they
could
suffer
be.
from knee problems.
Yeah.
My
One
auntie
of the-
suffer from
yeah,
knee
one
problems.
of
My
those,
auntie
yeah.
and Italy's suffer from knee problems.
Yeah.
So it's just wear and tear. I
It
think.
is, isn't there?
It is wear and tear, and I think if you do suddenly start putting on a lot of weight, then you are going to put more strain and stress on your joints.
Well, I think I found it more when I used to have a really active job, and I used to have to walk miles a day. Like my from my car to my office was about half a mile. And then there and back, plus walking around. I worked in a huge building. And then I changed my job then to be more office-based from working from home. And what I noticed then is that the weight just started to come on a little bit, you know. And it's crazy, though, because it happens so gradually, you don't really notice, do you? And then it just pops up.
I'd rather it happen gradually than quickly.
Yeah.
Because when people do these diets and they do like this Cambridge diet where they just drink water.
Right.
And like, yes, you do lose weight fast, but it comes off so fast.
It's not
that
sustainable, is it? You can't do it forever.
No diet's really sustainable.
Yeah, because
you
even
gotta go back to normality.
Yeah,
eating
because
proper
you
food.
have these kind of like
But
all
it's how you
meat
control
diets.
about
Yeah,
going back
the
into
paleo
eating proper
diet.
Yeah,
food.
you have these all meat diets, and you have these fasting diets and all that.
Yeah.
And people who say these are really good, and there is science
With
to say
the
it's
fasting
good.
side, with the religious purposes, yes, there is, because they only do it for like a month.
But these are people that do it for months, isn't it? And
No, but
They're just going a day.
But
just going through
yeah, but
daylight
this is
without
what they're
eating.
saying. It's more of a what they call it intermittent fasting. So they don't completely fast like what they do for.
As soon as it gets dark, they're like, oh.
Yeah, but that's what they say. Because really speaking, what they're saying is when we were more lean and fit and hunting and gathering and all that, we would go for long periods without eating.
Yeah,
you-
absolutely.
and that's the way our
You let
body.
your body fat
Yeah.
naturally
our
works.
Yeah,
body
you
is
would-
not used to having 3 big meals a day.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, in that sort of like Neanderthal times or back in
Yeah.
the caveman, you might have 3 meals a week.
Like some
Yeah.
people, they'll lose weight, And you think, how come I haven't got a six-pack? How come I haven't got this? Oh, it's all sagging. You got to exercise.
Yeah. The easiest way to lose weight, and I've trained a lot, and I think it is, unfortunately, working hard, eating, generally healthy, and working out your arse off, isn't it?
There's more so with women, like
take loads of shit
when
loads
they,
of
when they,
football that, yeah.
when they lose weight fast and they got that sagging skin, they're not happy then because sagging. They're like,
that's it. That's in extreme cases, because if you're not that big for
get
long,
rid of weight fast.
Yeah.
I do feel for
Gradually.
women because for women it is scientifically more difficult for them to lose weight, but also they are more conscious of their weight.
The thing is, the older you
Definitely.
get, the harder you got to work to shift that weight.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely
but there is
true.
no quick fix, though, is there?
I think that women definitely, especially my wife, she's always obsessed about her weight.
All women
and there's
are-
nothing like, she's not
All
overweight
women, yeah,
at
but
all.
it doesn't matter what you
No,
say.
she's healthy, she's in a good weight, and she's in the past lost loads of weight, and she was a bit too thick. Even she admitted she was.
Everyone
too
can
thick.
look back in a photo and go, I'd like to be like that again.
Have you heard that scene?
Some terrible ones of me.
Just the age.
I used to be a lot bigger than what I am now. A lot
I saw a
bigger.
picture of James before on Facebook. I didn't even recognise you, James.
Who, me?
Yeah, pre-beard.
Was I fat as fuck?
No, you weren't. You just
There-
look really different.
Yeah, no, I've gone through a bit of a transformation, and I used to be like just over 17 stone.
Gosh,
yeah,
really?
it's over 17
So
stone.
how much did you lose?
A couple of stone.
God.
I'm about just over 15 now, 15 and a half probably.
And how did you do that?
Running.
Yeah. You're a runner, are you?
No, not really. I was probably burnt a lot of energy trying to run. So my hands go everywhere. But then it was a lot of kind of like, exercise,
Yeah.
I used to hit the rowing machines in work every night, do half an hour on that.
Yeah.
And then you're just conscious of what you eat. No,
Yeah.
nobody can eat like I can eat, right? I eat
No.
fucking shit.
I think the beat the
and a
cheeseburger
lot of
challenge
shit.
showed us that, didn't
Right, you'll testify. I can get up and have crap. I'll eat crap, loads of chocolate. I'm always gorging on chocolate or cakes.
The job you do as well, you work around a
Yeah,
lot.
you
So
must
that-
walk
No,
on
I
miles.
do about 18,000 to 20,000 steps a day.
Gosh, it's
Right.
like twice the daily
I do
average,
about
isn't it?
13, 14 steps a day.
Yeah. So that is a lot of walking that I do, but I am conscious of. I'm like last night. I gorged. I've got the TGIs and had 2 main meals in one sitting.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
that story.
So I am conscious of that. Therefore, I am. Like in the week, like I'll try and cook my own meals. I try and
Yeah.
make my own food because I know on the weekend, like, well, it's no thing for me, Ratty, to just Jedi mind tricks and say, "Do you want to get chunky chicken?" Without even speaking the
Chinese.
words, I would just get chunky chicken, but I won't just get a burger.
Fuck that.
Fuck that! I get
Not-
a
not even worth ringing them
no.
for a
I get
bit,
a
is it?
meal, then I have like 10 wings with it.
What's your poison, Rat?
My poison.
From Chunky Chicken. What's your favourite fast food?
Pizza.
Really?
Yeah, I like pizza.
I love pizza regardless.
Yeah. Favorite toppings, then, Rat? What would you go for? Ideal?
Meat feet, all meat.
Yeah.
And
I
maybe
do-
a
I
bit
do
of
like
pepper
it.
or green salad.
One thing I hate though on pizzas is olives.
Yeah, fish and
Yeah.
olives and pineapple. Don't like.
Years ago, right? I can't remember where I was on holiday, and I was a bit drunk. No, it was Gran Canaria. I'm sure.
But I
it
don't
was
mind a
Gran-
vegetarian pizza. Though.
Well, no, me and Nick went to this it was like a pizza restaurant, and like it was our first holiday, so we were like buying, a pint of beer for like 90p or whatever.
Yes.
And anyway, so we like, I wasn't not a big fish eater anyway, but I got drunk and decided I was going to have like a fish pizza.
Not when you're drunk.
That's risky.
It was awful. I can't believe
That's
it.
risky. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
spew.
I don't even know what they put on. All I remember, it was full of olives. I think they had
Anchovies, probably.
anchovies, yeah. And
Sardines, the smelliest fish you could probably imagine.
I just remember that.
Squid.
We were so drunk, and I remember just buying like a bottle
Did you
of
bite it and you were like, oh.
I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. But like when you're on holiday, and it was our first holiday, and I remember we went to this Chinese restaurant. So there was like a strip of restaurants next to where we were, and it was comparatively cheap, to a Chinese restaurant here.
Yeah.
And we went in there, and I was starving. And when you're hungry and you order food,
Yeah.
we must have ordered about 8-9 dishes.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're on holiday as well, innit? So you're in holiday mode.
But the thing is, with the Chinese, you have like 3 or 4 mouthfuls, and you're like, "Oh, here we go, I'm done." Aren't you?
No.
And the people kept bringing food down to us.
No, I keep going.
No?
No, we went to, where were we to? We stayed somewhere, I can't remember where it was, abroad, and they had a Chinese restaurant called Slow Boat. There was like a chain of them on the island.
All right.
And they entice you with free wine. So we had 3 bottles of wine. There were 6 of us, so 3 couples, 6 of us in all.
Yeah.
And we ordered they couldn't fit it on the big table. It was loads and loads and loads. So everybody's tapping out. I'm just going and going. Chinese food, yeah. And then the best thing is it was very cheap, right?
Yeah.
And you could take it all home. So we all went home, played cards, had some beers on the balcony, and then I got out the Chinese again. I was like, yep, I'm finished this shit.
Have you ever been to, there's a restaurant in Cardiff, the Happy Gathering? And it's like literally, I know I'm probably going to get axe murdered by this. I'm sure it's run by the Triads.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
What do you know then, Chris?
No, anyway.
Chris knows stuff.
That wasn't...
Chinese kitchen was run by Triads.
Well, and anyway, I think we went there last Christmas with my parents, and they have these tables, and they're maybe as big as this, massive circle ones, and they have those like what are they called, Molly food servers.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we had a set menu for like 15 of us. It was disgusting, Jane.
Was it the worst?
No, the food was awesome, but just the sheer amount of it was just like they come out and I think it was like
too much,
ridiculously too much. The wheel was just full of food, and every time you turn it, food was falling off, and they have like. That's a great place to go. The Happy Gathering.
Yes, sounds like my cup of tea.
But it's just so like. I should have. If I'd have taken a photo, I'd have bought it. And it was just
I fucking love stuff.
Piles of food.
You just love stuff in your face to the point where you can't move. Like that's always my aim. Just eat till and I always regret it, but eat to like absolute nauseum until you can't shovel in anymore, and then you're like,
if you're not being sick in the toilet,
and then I'm never sick after eating loads of food, and then I just try and digest. I'm like one of those anacondas, they just eating a fucking buffalo, and then it's in my stomach and it's slowly digesting it out.
I don't know, man. It's a really good restaurant, but
after that food challenge with the 10 double cheeseburgers, I couldn't move, man.
Ill.
I was upstairs, just everything was a massive effort.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember being so sick.
I just couldn't move. I was just digesting it.
I was having chest pains. I thought I was going to have to ring bloody 999. I got 9.
I could be asked.
It's like, oh no, should I do? But yeah, it's you've got to build up for that sort of stuff, haven't you?
I love it. So anyone be buying their presents? Christmas presents.
Black Friday. What do you think? Did you divulge the Rat?
No.
There wasn't many good deals, was there? I kept looking for like photography deals and all that.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, let's knock off 15% off something which costs over $1,000. So you're not really getting much of a fucking discount.
At least 150 off here.
Yeah, but it's still
a lot of money, isn't there? But do you buy into all this? Because it does seem to be quite a recent thing, doesn't it? This
Black
Friday. It hasn't been a big deal for.
It's American, isn't it? Like always, America starts it off, and you see them go mental, fucking trying to rip apart a 42-inch fucking plasma.
You see that?
The British public has seen what happens in America, and yet the British side, why don't we do that?
Yeah, in a more civil manner. Good day to you, sir. Is this TV yours? Yes. I would like to purchase this television. Okay, thank you very much.
I had my hand on
first.
Queue, sorry.
I love it in America, though. Have you seen it? I posted the video on our group chat, and I'll put it online on our Facebook page. But it's literally like stacks of TVs.
That's ridiculous.
And people like rugby tackling each other for TVs. I bet you that TV'd been on sale all year.
Yeah.
And now they put it on Black Friday.
They probably like £5 off the price.
They do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would like to know how much discount was given for it to go mental. Like if you walk into Argos and they're like, Black Friday sale, a 60-inch fucking LCD screen for only 20 quid.
Yeah,
fucking
that's good.
Because what they do, they probably pick out the items which don't sell well.
Yeah.
I'll let you
Drop
into a
them
little
down
trade
the
secret.
most. So they got rid of them.
Well, I used to work in a big fashion retailer. I won't say where, because we'll probably get fucking sued. We've got no money anyway. And what they used to do, they used to put things on sale, and when they didn't sell all year, they used to put them in. They had like a big storage place at the back, and what they would do, these things would be on sale all year. No one was bothered about it. They put it on the Black Friday or a sale rail or whatever it was after Christmas. January savings, and people would be queuing up to buy the same crap that was on the shelf all year that didn't sell.
Yeah.
And as you said, they knocked £2 off it or something like that, and people be queuing up for it. I just think it's
Yeah, I think if you put sale on, even though it's not a sale, people
Yeah.
will buy it because they think they're getting a sale.
I'm not
It's
gonna
that whole
queue up-
kind of
I'm not
consumer
gonna queue up to go
brainwashing.
to a shop, though.
What's that?
I'm not going to queue up to go to a shop. And just
No, I just went on
if I'm
Amazon
off
and had a look.
chance.
The thing is, though, with the internet now, you can type it in anyway, couldn't you? You could get the best sale anyway. You just type in, like, I don't know, Samsung 50-inch TV.
Yeah, you just gotta win it up. Yeah, to look. And there's a lot
and get
like
the cheapest one.
Yeah, there's a lot of these grey market, I think they call it. So basically, it's buying stuff from abroad, but they somehow get around like the tax and the income tax and all that kind
Just
of
have
shit.
some people swimming down the tap
Yeah,
and there's a shit on their back.
yeah. No, because like, I bought the GH4 when it first came out, like not long after, and I had it for a really good price. I'm talking like
Yeah.
about £300 off it, £400 off it, which is pretty good. And that's because I had to get it from, I think it was New York, the
Yeah.
place that was selling it, and I had a really good price for it.
Sometimes you
So there are
can.
options, you know.
And like like Groupon. Have you ever bought anything from Groupon?
No, I should have signed for it. I got loads of fucking emails from Groupon.
It's really good. So what they do, it's like a website where people will bulk buy things. So, for example, instead of buying one TV, 10 of you will all buy a TV, and he'll drop the price then. The shipping costs and things. And I had a table. It's a really nice table. I was looking for one for my my hallway, and the one we were looking at was about 300 quid. And I was like, oh, I'm not paying 300 quid for it. But on Groupon, exactly the same one was on sale for like, I don't know, 80 quid. But it had to have like I don't know, a few hundred people that have bought it, and then
Yeah.
you just say, and then they'll just drop the price for you, so you can get some
That's
cracking
pretty
deals
good.
on that.
So it's kind of like Costco in a way.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like Costco.
Bulk buy.
But you can like bulk buy things, sort of like from China and stuff like that. I know I was
Yeah.
looking for a new iPhone cable. Mine broke, and I know you can buy them for pennies, but I thought I'm not going to buy a bloody 20 quid Apple one. So I was looking online, and they were selling them in China for like, I don't know, 60p each.
China, man, they're very good at copying stuff, aren't they?
But the only problem was, James, you have to buy like
Well,
2,000 of them.
okay. I think they're very good at copying
beg to
stuff, but
Yeah.
but their quality control is lacking a lot.
It's hit and miss. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I
But if you
bought
can
stuff
find a
before.
really good, like, because this is what I do now is I kind of see what's out, and then I wait
Yeah.
for these Chinese brands to kind of mimic it
Yeah.
in the best possible way. Like in the world of photography, there's something called a Metabones adapter, right? And it's a very
I'm glazed
expensive.
over, where did you?
and it's this very expensive adapter
Right.
that costs like £750, right?
Ah.
And it's just to adapt the lens to a different kind of manufacturer body. Now there's another company called Viltrox,
Right.
And they've come up with their own version of it, and it's like £500 cheaper.
It's that's it though. Isn't
Actually,
it?
no, it's more than that. It's like nearly £600 cheaper.
Yeah.
That's huge. And people are complaining, oh, we have to mess around with the infinity focus. Like, yeah,
saves
but
you
just
500
fucking
quid,
do it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So it is, it depends on how bad the product is. But if it's not perfect, like the thing it's copying, depending on what makes this thing shitter.
Yeah.
But if it's like small things, fucking, I'm all up for that.
I think people are a bit snobbery though, isn't it? It needs an Apple logo on it or something.
Yeah.
It needs
It's
the
kinda like those-
Panasonic logo. It needs the Sony back
What's
thing.
the Hawaii phones?
Right.
They're doing very well now.
What ones I got?
Yeah. How do you? Because which one you got?
Hawaii Pro.
What's that
it
like?
It's like an iPhone, is it?
Like an
It's kind of like a Samsung. Lord, the best Android phones out there is competing with the best Android phones out there easily, isn't it?
I see it.
Yeah, and it's
Are they
cheaper.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rings. Drugs of people. That's what a phone does.
That's it though, isn't it? I think with
I want more.
but I think that's it because people just want the
It's got
most. They
AI
want everything,
assist.
don't
It's
they?
got all that.
Yeah. Good camera on as well, isn't it?
Like the other day, they asked me when do I want to set my alarm.
Yeah,
and
it
I
just
never
went off in
said
your
it.
pocket, didn't it?
I think it's I think that the new phones are awesome, but the cost of them are phenomenal.
Well, this is why on my upgrade, I decided to just get a Simone. I didn't get a new phone. I stick it with my iPhone 6S.
I said I would have got a SIM only, but
How
I
much
was
is
having
it?
problems with my phone, so I thought I might as well get a new phone.
No, because if I was to upgrade within the price range which I was willing to go, I could only get an iPhone 7 Plus or something like that. I thought, well, that's not much of a fucking jump.
Yeah.
And then if I wanted to get a kind of a more up to date phone, like £80-90 a month.
Yeah.
So I thought, fuck that. There's nothing wrong with my iPhone 6S.
Yeah.
Right? It may die on me in the next few months.
But
So
then you
I've
can
got
buy one
now
then, can't you?
my phone bill now is £12.
Whoa.
Right? That's 10 gig of data, unlimited minutes, and unlimited text.
Yeah.
You can't grovel with that.
My phone's coming up for renewal now, and I've been with the certain bloody shitty phone provider.
Who are you with?
Vodafone. and like my bill seems to just be going up and up and up. It's like 50 quid a month now. 50 quid a month. All I do with it, I don't ring anyone.
Yeah.
All I do is send messages through iMessenger now to everybody.
Yeah.
And I go on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
That's all I do on it, and I'm paying 50 quid a month.
It's a joke, honestly.
It's crazy. I'm going to tell them to fuck off.
What's your phone like? You got a...
I don't know
Is it
what
good
it is.
condition?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's a bit slow.
It's probably an iPhone 6S, probably like mine.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. It's a bit bigger
So
than
what do we do? Mine's coming up for renewal soon.
I just said to him, well, I had a little look, right? I found a really good deal. So I just rang him up, and you could barter with him, mate, and just say,
Yeah.
look, my contract's up. Can you do me a sim-only deal?
Yeah. So
And-
how much is a one-off
Because
payment?
the phone's
is it?
yours after you get a contract. isn't
No,
it?
so every month I just pay £12.
Yeah.
And then
That's it.
that's it. Now, if let's say I want to get a phone upgrade phone, I
Then it
could,
would be a bit more.
yeah, or I could just get a phone on HP, pay it off in fucking 4 months. Bob's your uncle's brother.
Yeah.
I'm going
If
to
you
look.
buy a phone outright, then
Then you're laughing.
I've had this for.
I'm paying £12
50
a month. That's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
50 quid a month mine is. Wait, it's an upgrade and change plan. Let's see what mine. Sorry, this is important because I've been pissed
Go
off.
on,
about
let's
this,
see.
Pissed off for about.
Let's see
a
what
year
Chris is
about it.
facing. Let's go, Chris.
It just says, "Oh, great news! You can upgrade now."
There we go.
I'm not going to press upgrade now. Okay, I'll barter this off over the weekend.
Have a look, mate. You get some good deals. Go with the E.
Yeah, someone told me that.
Got some
EE
good
are
deals,
really
yeah,
good.
I like
but,
EE.
But what annoys me is I'll speak to like one of my brothers or my mates, and they're paying like 12 quid, as you said, 12 quid a month, or one of my mates paying 18 quid a month. Unlimited tax, unlimited data, unlimited. Oh, ridiculous.
that's
That's
what-
because they've not got a new phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You won't get that
They're
if
just getting the SIM only deal.
Yeah, you won't get that if you get a new phone.
Yeah.
Like the new iPhone, it's like £1,500 or something ridiculous
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
Fuck that. How is that more expensive than a fucking MacBook Pro?
Yeah. And
How
not
could
just
you
that,
justify
the updates,
that?
The updates, when you just update it anyway, and it'll update it anyway to the same data on there, wouldn't it? I know your phone will get
Yeah.
really
Well,
shit.
yeah, if you got like a 9, wherever it is,
Yeah.
and you got the new, say, 11 Apple 11, the iOS is going to be the same.
Yeah, so you have the same software, just
On
you
the software.
Your data.
Don't get me wrong, they are better phones, but what is better? You get a better phone call conversation, you get a better looking text message. I mean, all right, other than things like it's faster processor, all that kind of
It's
shit.
like with
it depends what you want it for,
It's like
really.
people like me, it doesn't make a
Everything
difference.
seems to be better and better. It's like, I don't know, it's going off a tangent, never do it.
That doesn't matter.
It's when you find with like, with washing powders, for years, every time a washing powder does white and white, then the next random model lad, it does white and white. How white and white can you fucking get?
To be fair, I could have done with some of that. Today I chucked a bloody blue towel in with all the whites. And all the whites have gone blue now. Anyway, going back to the Good Friday, the Black Friday. Me and Nick went to town.
Do you know why they call it Black Friday?
Well, it's when all the sales are on.
Yeah, but do you think why they call it Black Friday?
I don't know.
The true Black Friday is it's the last. It's supposed to be
The last paid before Christmas, isn't
last
it?
weekend of Christmas of drinking,
right.
and also the most dangerous time for
right.
ambulance services and
Yeah.
paramedics to deal with.
Yeah.
That's when they call
It's
it
when
Black
all the
Friday.
Christmas
it's quite
dudes are.
it's a morbid thing. It's not a happy fucking thing.
But no, Black Friday. I mean, me and Nick went shopping a few weeks ago, not last week, the week before, to buy all the Christmas stuff. But last year I went and it was really busy so I'd go a month before Christmas. But we went this year and town was empty. Honestly, you were walking through, there was no queues.
Do you think people are doing it online?
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone's buying stuff
Because
online
no
now.
one's stupid enough to go.
It's
into
easy
a
to do it
frenzy.
online.
But it is easier to do it. But one thing I was really surprised at is everything's on sale anyway.
Yeah.
We went into the Disney store.
Well, yeah, they're just doing. They call it Black Friday, and it's not even just for Friday.
It's all year
a
round
week.
now, isn't it?
No, the Black Friday deal is like a week.
But the thing is now, and because people aren't going into town. I remember when I was little, going into town when you were like 12, 13. Everyone went to town, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was busy. A Saturday morning, everyone would just go in there and just walk around.
Yeah.
But now, people don't. They do anything to avoid town, don't they? I know
I can't stand
I go to
town.
extreme lengths to stay away from bloody town.
But I say, even like online shopping, like groceries and whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'll just go on Iceland and shit. You know, I don't fuck around with going into Tesco's or Asda's or anywhere. I just do it online.
I remember.
But why wouldn't you do it online?
Well, you get so much better deals.
Why wouldn't you do it online? Because the way I see it as well, you're not distracted by a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
sit there, right? I want this. I need that. I need to get this, and you just search it in.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom,
But people
boom.
like to pick their own food, maybe.
I think that's one thing that puts me off is all the sell-by date stuff.
Yeah.
But in all fairness,
And plus, you might come across something you go, ooh, that, which you don't generally do
Yeah.
when you sneak across.
I went for.
No, that's what I like
on
about
the
it. I'm not
internet.
distracted by,
Yeah.
discount on the chocolates or whatever. Because I'll be down there fucking spending 50 grand.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? And I think lots of because they're saying like 30% of sales are like impulse buys, so things
They
that
are,
you would
yeah.
buy and you wouldn't
And if
even
they can't
intended to
find
buy.
you something, they give you an alternative, and you think, well, I don't want that. If you can't get it, don't give me a fucking
Yeah.
alternative.
Well, in all fairness, you can select to not have it.
Yeah.
You can go, I don't want that. Like,
But I wouldn't let some fucking person choose what I want to fucking eat if they haven't got.
no.
the thing I
That's
wanted.
what I'm saying. You can say, don't
Yeah,
pick
but
for me
I
if it's
don't
not
understand
there.
why people will ask him.
Well,
Well,
you-
I'll be there. They want like the expensive one. We haven't got that one. Simply.
They'll give you the difference, though, don't they? So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
always
they-
substitute
the
for the cheaper
simply.
one.
Yeah, they
I
will. They
give
will
him
do
the
cheaper.
cheese.
But
They're like the worst of the worst.
When my daughter was first born, it was really hard to get out and about to the shops and things like that when she
Yeah.
was balls. and
If
she
you
cramped.
did the internet with me to go shopping for you, I'd buy you all stuff on the Whoops trolley. So you fucking think, fuck, why didn't I go shopping?
Yeah. We're a
I'd be
nightmare.
a fucking
I think,
twat.
I love online
what's
shopping.
your average bill then for shopping a week?
I don't do it a week. I kind of
Oh,
do
me
it.
too.
I'll do a shop for about 50 quid, 60 quid. And then that'll probably get
Just
me
little
like...
bits, and after that,
That'll kind of get me like 2 to 3 weeks.
50 quid? What?
Yeah, but I buy I know what I'm cooking with it.
Yeah.
Bags of chicken breast, minced meat.
Lots of
I'll make
frozen
meals.
stuff, is it?
Yeah, I make meals out of it, like veg or frozen vegetables like that. So 50, sometimes 70. It depends how last month was, and then I'll probably have a top up for like another 20. So probably I say for the whole month, probably 100 to 150.
Rat? Is yours well?
Nowhere near.
You
No,
think you're not there?
that's very like that's a lot.
What do you spend, Rat? Checking it a month, like, or a week?
That's for. I say I spend about 50, 60 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
I spend like 100 quid a week.
Yeah, you
on
got a
food.
family.
Yeah, you got a family. I mean, I buy stuff for Caden, so that adds up too.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
That's
he
what I
doesn't. He
reckon.
doesn't eat it every day, so
Yeah.
I don't have to buy like set meals for him all week, which obviously helps.
Most of that bulk is done by beer on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though,
shit.
and that's what I find. That's our biggest expense, I think, is buying food. Because ours about 100, maybe 120. Because what I found is like Nick's family and this and that. It's always some bastard's birthday.
Yeah.
I'm always buying something. That my family now have got on Nick and the kids now have gone to one of their little friends' birthday. It's always someone's birthday. And
It fucks me off. I hate it. Oh, August is a busy month.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, we got so. I said, look, well, we haven't got
But if I
anything.
don't know, I'm not buying anything.
But Nick's got loads of friends and they've all got children and multiple children and things. So I'm like, oh, Christ.
Yeah, but it's the whole
Another gift.
unspoken contract. I buy your kids, you buy my kids. I
Yeah.
buy your kids, you buy my kids. And I'm just like, don't fucking buy my kid anything.
It's so frustrating. And not just that, and as you say, like, kids stuff is so expensive, isn't it? Like when you buy milk and it's like £8-9 for one thing of milk.
Oh, mate, I don't
I
miss
hate
that.
that, no.
I don't miss that.
For a packet of milk, like formula,
Oh, right.
it's like 8 or 9 quid. That lasts
Oh,
about
can you
a
get it
week.
cheap off the internet? Black Friday
Well,
deals?
Well, yeah. But the problem is, though, because, like...
You fucking flour in it.
yeah, you never know what's going to be in there. And my son and my daughter, we bought the cheaper one, and they had like a reaction to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and not just that, the one which they're okay with, it's about 8 or 9 quid. And then it's always like kids grow
It
out.
probably
grow
costs
so
£3
fast.
to fucking do.
I bet you, yeah.
But because it's
Nothing.
babies, like they just fucking
How
charge
did we
you.
all survive years ago?
Exactly.
Titty milk.
But it is, and I
Titty milk.
Man is so people get trained into doing stuff, and you think, how would these survive all these fucking thousands and millions of years?
Yeah, this
Well,
is
we
it.
did we? Half of us died.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of them died, didn't they? Quite young.
I
Yeah,
was,
but we're still here. We're
Yeah, I know, but it took a lot of death.
Past,
I'll-
lots of trial and error.
I'll throw this conversation out there to actually blow everyone's minds. But
Go
I
for it.
can't remember who it was, and they were saying that the chances of some of you now being born are astronomical. It's astronomical for you to be here right now, if you think about it like that. Because all of your ancestors, none of them got stabbed, none of them got murdered, none of them fell off a cliff, none of them got hit on the head before they were able to give birth.
Yeah.
And if you think about the generations and generations of things that nothing happened to them before they were able to give
Well,
birth.
they always say when you like sleeping, you have like a little jerk moments, and you wake up. These are that times when people used to sleep in trees,
Yeah.
and it's like it was like a thing to stop you falling off a tree when you're
That's
sleeping.
right.
That's not-
Yeah. That's fucked up.
And
isn't it?
it's just, and
Just
they were
one of those
saying, if you
ancestry
think that,
things.
I get that. I like
It's just programmed in, like.
yeah, it's a reaction, isn't it, when you
Yeah.
sense there's danger. And there was these, I can't remember, it's like 200 generations or whatever we are from ancestors, from apes or, or however many thousands. And if you think how astronomical that is, none of them broke their leg and it fell in a hole and died. None of them were eaten by a lion. Just if you just think of
Well,
how
they might have. They
astronomical...
just might not have
they might
before
have,
they did it.
straight after they bloody passed on their seed, And this guy was talking about it, and he was saying even every bird and every person, even though you see people that are massively overweight, or you see an animal that looks really, really weird, genetically they're absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Isn't that mad? Imagine,
crazy,
like,
isn't it?
imagine walking around like a few, well, I don't know, like 1,000 years ago, right? And looking at, and then them finding somebody who's like 400 £400, like half a ton.
Probably
like,
some
you kinda-
emperor or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you
like
were
how,
some
like
god.
they must, yeah. Like
Because
if,
you would have to be.
They always do the orgy things anyway, with the.
Well, not just
binge
that.
and
If you were overweight there back in the day, you
You're
were wealthy.
wealthy,
You had
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Most people were fucking labourers, weren't they?
that's
just like
the thing.
skinny
Like,
as
imagine somebody
rats.
that big, like fucking hell. They
Yeah.
was,
He's minted.
And even if you go back, like
Give to the lions.
and even if you go back, like I don't know, 3 generations, your dad's dad's dad. Most people were, the height of people were really quite short. Height of even
Yeah.
weren't they? People were.
That's short on rations and
Well-
stuff like that. You look now, the meat, it's the meat, the protein meat is making bigger people. You look now, the Asians, we all used to be taking the piss out of Asia because they were fucking tiny people. Now they've been introduced to all this like meat
Yeah, they're
products
getting
and all that.
bigger.
They're getting bigger into it.
And it's
But we are
amazing.
eating better. Like it kind of goes full circle now, back to sugar and low sugar. We are consciously trying to eat healthier and try and eat like better diets, and I think that's a good thing overall.
Nutrition has got so much better.
But I don't think
hasn't
they
it?
should ban sugar because I think that'll be the next step. It's your choice. If you want to have a sugary drink, like Ratty likes the full sugary drinks, and you should be
do
able to
so.
fucking do it.
Okay,
Should I tell you
yeah.
what they should do instead of a sugar tax? It should be a dumb bastard tax. So if you think that going and eating loads of fast food is going to make you healthy, then you're stupid.
It's choice.
Of course it is. You don't have
If
to.
I want
Unfortunately,
if
you
I want
have
a proper
to-
can of Coke. I want a proper can of Coke.
It's right next to the bottle of water.
But I think now they'll start.
If I wanted a water, I'll just get a
Exactly.
water.
You have to
Yeah.
walk past the water to get some can of Coke.
Yeah, it's a tricky one in with that because you want people to be healthy, but then you can't make somebody be healthy.
No, you can't. It's choice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. You can only advise.
It's no, if you notice an adverts now with the sweets. If you haven't noticed, it's all adults eating sweets.
Yeah,
it's no kids eating sweets. You get the Haribo's adverts, and they're all full-grown adults with kids' voices.
Yeah.
There's adults eating them, or you got these ones about back in time sweets, and you got adults advertising them.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no kids advertising sweets. They're trying to get adults to fucking eat sweets.
Remember,
They
like, the
fucking
things
die
like-
quicker.
Remember, like the alcohol, like hooch and stuff, when it was blatantly targeted for children, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
hooch and it had like cartoon characters like a cherry
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
lemon.
yeah.
Those days are long
Alco
gone, aren't
Pops.
they? Yeah, and you have like,
Like pedo bait, innit, you know?
well, remember,
That's some
I
Jesus
remember,
juice.
well, I remember when we were little, and you had like 2020, didn't you? And you had stuff
Mad
like
Dog
that.
2020.
And it was literally for kids aimed at children, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was
And they got sued for that
20% though.
hooch, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was 20%, was it?
Mad Dog was
Bloody hell.
20%. Hooch was about 5%.
I remember drinking that shit.
I remember, like, on a Friday night, you would just be literally sat by the shop. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry going past.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Going to shop for me, bro?
We're going to shop.
Yeah.
I am 18, and you're about 10.
We used to know people who go to the shop for us, like, yes, boys, yes. Or like, yes.
They used to charge you.
I'm a baby.
No, so yeah, somebody go on a neck of can though, but then Ayla Bryn years ago when we were like 15, 16, we used to be able to get out of fucking 8 cans of Orange Boom.
They don't care, do they?
They didn't give a fuck back then.
I was 16 when I was
As long as
getting
you're just taking a piss off.
Yeah, I can't remember who owned it back then, but it wasn't the code employers.
Was it the Asian guys?
Owners. Yeah, Asif.
Asker Shocket.
Is it? All right, yeah.
They just
And
didn't care, did they?
Schweb.
Yeah.
Another drink.
It was funny though because like cigarettes were the worst because you know like
You ever smoked?
I have tried it. For me it was just never.
That was good. If you tried it, you thought, I didn't like it. That's good.
It just and drinking as well. For me, I've never really drunk. I just might
Not
have
much of a drinker, like.
Not really. I just might go out and have a can or two, or you know, in the house if I'm watching football. Or really, like we had bottles of beer in my house like 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Just like a can of 6 beers. Like on a Saturday night, sometimes we're watching a film, I might have a beer.
Yeah, to unwind and stuff like that. Well, yeah, but I think that's the like. I don't smoke per se. Like it wouldn't class me as a smoker, but I will buy cigarettes from time to time.
I didn't realise you smoke.
Well, I don't really smoke, to be honest. I don't know. Well, Ratty's a professional smoker, so he'll tell you. I'm like a kind of it's like a
social
hobby.
smoker.
Yeah, like usually I'll buy fags.
I wouldn't class you
No,
as
I'm not a smoker. Like usually I'll buy fags if we're going out because I really enjoy a cigarette when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
And then, but I quite like to have the cigarettes in. Like after work, have a cup of coffee and a cigarette just to chill and all that. And I do enjoy it. And then once they're gone, it'll probably be another few months before I buy another pack.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I got a few mates, especially when I was in college, and some of the people that I used to work with, they don't smoke, but they'd always buy a packet of cigarettes when they went out.
Yeah.
And you know, and not just that, the rest of the time, they'd be quite repulsed if they see you walking past. Back in the day,
I'm not.
smoke outside.
Another thing I don't get is people who don't smoke, but they start vaping.
Yeah.
That totally boggles my head.
I don't know anyone that's done that.
That's the principle of not smoking. So if you didn't smoke and you just wanted to vape, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You should just not smoke. Full stop.
For me,
Because I don't smoke, but I do vape because I do actually like to smoke.
Oh, yeah, you do.
but
It's just a weird thing. I actually enjoy smoking.
Yeah,
though.
but you're not vaping all the time.
No, I don't even vape all the time. Yeah.
You didn't buy a vape just to go, because I don't like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Don't smoke.
it is.
Don't get that habit. It's sticking a thing in your mouth to pretend as a cigarette.
Do you wish you never started smoking? If you go back, would you have not, or do you enjoy it?
No, in some sense.
You enjoy it in some sense, do you?
No, I
would,
wish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I find, as you say, I've got to make it. Smoke.
I can stop if I want to. That's up to me.
Yeah,
I'm a loser.
I don't know. I think it was because we used to play a lot of sports and stuff. Maybe like we were always playing sports.
Yeah, you're just conscious of your health, man.
We were always too busy like playing sports and stuff, you know, and then we maybe missed.
I just don't think I've got a very addictive personality.
I do.
I'm also brought up in a sport
one.
background where they were still allowed to smoke and drink and still do the sports.
Oh, playing snooker and stuff like that, is it?
No, I'm on about like rugby players, football players.
Have a pint at half time.
Formula One drivers, like James Dunn used to have a few beers before you go on a race.
Really?
Fucking that's dangerous, isn't it?
Wins a championship, you say, give me my fags.
So I tell you what, a really interesting thing I was listening to. Did you listen to Joe Rogan this week with Jake the Snake?
Yes, brilliant.
What? Do you listen to that?
I started listening to it.
Yeah, you did.
He did a thing with Dallas Page, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's really doing this Dallas Page with his yoga and his kind of helping people kick the habit.
He did with an army guy, didn't he?
That's right, yeah, and he couldn't even walk and stuff, and then actually he was doing backflips. I mean, it is...
doing headstands and everything.
Going back to like the diets and all that. Yeah, but going back to the diet and stuff like that. If you're very like knowledgeable people who understand the body and how it works, think about how many people who can't walk and who's got very poor health. Like if we started putting that into schools, like proper physical education.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though.
Just all money.
People,
though.
that's it. You think, do they really want to help people, or do they just want to make money?
But the interesting thing, and I always think about it, do you know when they
If you
talk
genuinely
about...
want to help people, you do it for free.
Yeah.
Or it's
It
some sort
depends.
of, or do it
Yeah.
for a man. Like you got a poor person who's in dire need of this, and they can't afford it. And I feel, why should they be?
I think he's done a couple of freebies, but the amount of time and resources
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long,
you'd
long
have to
bit.
charge, and that's
But-
it for us
but-
with money, though, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know.
But people who can live comfortably and do that, they should be able
I always think how ironic it
to
is.
sort themselves out.
Yeah.
In school and education, what they talk about is obviously they promote maths and science, which are obviously very important. But the biggest thing is if you're not physically fit enough to get out of bed and go do a job, all that's redundant. So why don't they? Do you know, like in America and things like that, their curriculum, especially in Japan and different, like Germany, especially, and the Scandinavian countries, personal PE is like a daily. They have to do an hour of PE a day in school.
Yeah.
It's part of their daily thing because
Yeah.
they put that. It's so important, and it actually is, and it gets you into a good routine as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not physically well enough, you know, it doesn't matter how many qualifications you got.
Yeah.
If you're really unfit and you can't walk down the there was this guy I used to work with, lovely guy, really intelligent, amazing at his job, but he was so physically out of shape and unwell, he couldn't do it. He said, I have breathing problems.
Yeah.
And he then had to leave the profession for ill health. And it was such a shame 'cause he wasn't that ill. And you think how much he could have offered, you know, in when I was working in schools at the time. He was a brilliant teacher. And you think that, you know...
One of the PE teachers.
He ironically, no, he wasn't. It would have been good if he was. But like, if you look at sort of like... well, more Japanese sort of businesses. They do like exercise in the morning, don't
Yeah.
they, with all their staff?
That's a myth.
I don't know. I've seen lots of things. There was a guy that I used to
I
work
work for a Japanese company. I've never seen that in my life.
Well, not here, but I mean in Japan.
Yeah,
in Japan they do. They have like massive parks. where everyone's-
Even with building constructions and
Yeah.
all that, they try and do a warm up before they.
And you think they're kicking our ass in terms of like sort of health and things, aren't they? Those guys bloody live to like 100,
Well, there
don't they?
are cultures, the countries, and their cultures where they've been conscious of this for so long. You know, where like the Mediterranean countries, eating their like fresh veg and olive oils and all the rest of it, and a glass of red wine. You know, we're all deep fat frying fucking fish and chips and chugging down ale. You know, getting fat and lazy, and they're eating fucking.
British haven't
good
been
cuisine.
known for good food, though.
No.
Really, is it?
Look at
It's
our
more like
national
a.
dishes,
It's
fish and
more
chips.
like a
Fucking
homely.
stodge.
It's like a homely.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like-
Yeah,
It's
hard.
like-
It's not like a cuisine.
No.
Like
It's hard to digest food.
you don't go to a restaurant just to have a shepherd's pie or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
But,
know?
it's stodge, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, beef, which is all lovely.
yeah.
The bastards I hate are the Scandinavians. They always
But if
look
you give it to a
fit
foreigner,
and
it's
healthy.
disgusting.
What the fuck's
Aren't
this?
they? They're all fit and healthy and always look
Yeah.
ridiculous, don't they?
They've sussed it
If you
out.
had like a model look about someone, they'd be Scandinavian, wouldn't they? Really tanned, really athletic looking.
Spanish.
really-
Scandinavia, yeah, for the fucking pasty, you get a fucking cold at bed.
I
I
don't
get
know.
no sun.
When I went backpacking to Thailand like 9 or 10 years ago now, lots of people that we met were Scandinavian. So
Yeah, do you think they might get a tan from being in Thailand?
No, they're all apparently it's really sunny there. You know, it's really although it's cold, they get more just as much like
I suppose that sun's
Sun-
bouncing off all the snow, isn't it?
But it's amazing, and they were all
Get all
like
your white bits.
they were all really athletic looking, all really well educated, or healthy, or really. Most of them spoke a few
if
languages.
you went to Scandinavia, it might be a different story. You just finding the rich ones that could afford to go to fucking
You go back.
Thailand.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah. You haven't from the Dolomites of
Yeah.
Scandinavia.
You won't find anyone from fucking
The council
of the state
down there,
going
no.
to fucking Thailand and enjoying the
I don't know.
fucking
It's not that
like.
expensive anymore. Going to Thailand. There's a budget airline now.
Well,
that's
no,
doing-
it's not for council state people. We're going to get fucking more money than I do.
Yeah, they do. But there was a low budget airline now that's doing transatlantic flights and international flights for like 180 quid and stuff like that. Have you seen that?
Fucking hell.
How
How
dodgy's the
awesome is
plane?
that? Huh?
How dodgy's the plane?
It's got one
Well,
wing.
it's low budget.
and you got
so
a pedal.
It's one wing, and then if you sit on the side with no wing, you got to do that the whole fucking time.
Well, I was reading the article, and what they were saying is the reason why long distance, long haul flights are more expensive is all the things you get on them. So you go on a long haul flight and you get free food and drink and free entertainment.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to take our own food and drink.
With
if,
this-
if we were allowed, that would save them the cost of doing all that food. And
Well, with this you are. So these
it?
low budget airlines now, and they're
so why can't bigger companies let you take their own stuff?
well, this is what these low budget airlines are probably going to be changing the face of international travel now, where you can go from
Make it affordable, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Imagine that though.
But I think the right to travel should be a thing. Like how depressed. Like again, this all comes to like society and looking out for one another and mental health, physical health, and all the rest of it. Like if you allow people to kind of feel better,
Yeah.
right, health wise, and then open their minds through like travel,
Yeah.
like you'll fucking really propel people. Like, do you know what I mean? They'll
I think it
start
makes you
having
more tolerant, doesn't it, when you see
yeah,
other people?
but I think you just open your mind. It's not just going up the corner shop or
No.
eating fucking chips on a Friday. You know what I mean?
Well, when people
Do fancy chips
do
now,
go on
actually.
holiday, you always get into this house bit that they gotta lose weight to go on holiday.
Well, not even that. I
There's-
just just
yeah, but it's incentive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It helps them.
Yeah. I know there used to be like in schools and things, there used to be lots of opportunities to go into foreign schools and things, and it's
Yeah.
coming back now. I remember when we were in school.
It's not a bad idea.
I think it's a really good idea.
I think you should take the worst kids in Britain, right? The
Yeah.
naughtiest kids, send them to fucking China in a school, and you well, they probably won't come back, but if they did come back,
imagine
you watch the difference.
imagine how they come
did-
back, the bloody brightest kids in the school.
Yeah, exactly.
They did that back last year on television. Group of Welsh kids in school. They went to South Korea.
I saw that,
to
yeah.
learn the schooling, and like no joke, they finish like 11 o'clock in the night.
Yeah, they take it
Fuck.
serious, don't they?
That's over the top, though.
They
isn't
do
it?
school and then they do night schools and stuff.
And
don't
then,
they?
Yeah.
and then you got like other
But
spending.
the teachers don't have a go at them. They can fall asleep, and the teachers won't. Because at the end of the day, that's his choice if he wants to learn or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because they all want to be part of
But
it, don't
not
they?
only that, the teachers get judged as well to see if they keep their job by the pupils. If the pupils think, oh, they're doing a good enough job,
That's
as
interesting.
educated,
It's a weird one,
they
isn't
have
it?
like a
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
like a ranking system. But also, it comes to stretching. The suicide rate of underage people is unbelievable because of the pressures
The
of
stress.
the long hours schooling, and only that the pressures of the parents paying for these kids
Yeah, yeah.
to do it. Some of them are, living in cheap accommodation just to get their kids education.
Thing is, I think I prefer the Scandinavian style education system where they really value like recess and
Yeah,
and
want to climb a tree,
having
climb a
break.
tree.
Yeah, I think that's because
and they
kids.
speak like 5 languages.
Yeah, because kids are different. Kids
clever.
take in information differently.
Yeah.
One child can read a book and take it in. Other one would respond to drawings. Another would respond to audio or visual.
Yeah.
And all kids are different. Like, and I think that's the point. As we are all different, children are different.
Yeah.
I also think, and I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it because I think it's fucking vital. I think we need to start introducing philosophy into school.
Yeah, that's interesting.
like learning how to think, how to rationalize, how to
Yeah.
question. That's massive.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's huge. I think that'll really help a lot of kids.
I think it's in the school my son goes to now. What they have a wood school. So they go out and instead of like having all their lessons inside, they have some like out in the woods.
Yeah.
And within the playgrounds, because it's not just fucking go climb
Ta-da.
the trees.
There's that
But
guy
not-
with a big fucking Mac on.
But not just that. It does get you out and about and like learning things and like getting a bit muddy and stuff like we used to do.
Absolutely,
you know?
yeah,
My cousins, they were saying their kids now are getting the opportunities we didn't get. One of my cousin's daughters, when she for her attendance and for her working really hard, she got to go to Japan and go to school in Japan for like 2 weeks. Like, how amazing is that? Who else?
Going to Japan would be cool, but not going to school.
No, but just to see their education system.
I think that's a cruel fucking trip.
Well, no, she came back and felt like she picked up a lot of things, and her grades have got better actually since she's gone there. Just learning new learning techniques and things.
Yeah.
Just be glad to be back home. Grateful.
But how awesome would that be? I mean, I remember when we were in
But again,
primary
I
school.
think experiences like that, a lot of people don't get to experience.
Yeah.
And I think just travel alone, see other cultures.
There is a couple in there. They've taken their kids out of school, and they've been ridiculed for it because they're taking their kids around the world tour. But like I said, they're learning every day, every country they go to, everything.
Huge.
Imagine how cultured they'll be when they come back.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Their knowledge would be far greater than someone just learned in school because when they've experienced it, they've seen it. All right, when it comes to like mechanical side of stuff or maybe sciences, because that's better. But again, taught that anyway.
Yeah. But it's good to be
wherever they go.
outside looking in, isn't it?
But they're not getting judgmental on other countries and they're actually seeing it.
I think, sort of our education system is quite sort of Victorian, isn't it? Everyone sits down, everyone reads on the board. If you don't get it, well, you're stupid, and don't worry about you. You don't worry. We got to focus on the clever ones.
Yeah.
And like I know I'm dyslexic myself, and I went through my whole education system not having the support I needed. And it was only when I was in university I was diagnosed as being dyslexic. I knew I was. And I was just, for my, however many years, just had to sit in a classroom, not really knowing what was going on. And then being labelled as somebody that just didn't want to pay attention. And actually that wasn't, because I do love learning my knowledge. I've got hundreds of books in my house. But
don't
reading.
you find after school, that's when the hunger to learn is probably more so? Because after I left school, after I left education, and thanks to the internet and all that, I found myself wanting to learn more about religion. So case, conspiracies as well, which maybe you're learning a lot of bollocks along it. But nevertheless, the world opens up to you, and then there's access. Like I learned myself guitar after, photography after, all these things I've picked up after college.
It's your pursuits, though, is what you're interested in.
Exactly, but I think that's the point. If they were to invest in kids' time, right, and get to know, allow the child to be a child, and then allow that child to develop into the adult that he wants to be, and then whatever passions that is, and then you go, right, you are this, or even if you want to explore it for a bit.
I think it's wrong in young kids' homework.
I think it's
I
know it's trying to get used to, but fucking hell, wait till they get to high school.
I think education.
It's pressure already on them, like it's ridiculous.
It just needs to be relevant, I think, to what people's interests are.
Yeah.
If you've got a kid that doesn't give a shit about PE, but he's an amazing cook, shouldn't that be encouraged? It's
But
like
the only issue is when do you notice? When does a child become aware of that? And that's the point. Like I don't think it's until like you're 16 that you can really start assessing your passions and your interests.
Maybe not, no, but I mean, there's skills in that, though, isn't there?
But I think they should pull a child aside and go, look, do you know what? Those muffins were banging.
Yeah.
I know you're 11, but seriously, you got a bit of a talent here. Do you want to explore that avenue? Do you want to go down that road?
But you're going to still do your maths and English and all that.
You do that as a cook, don't you? Because you've got to learn.
You had
about
4
measurements,
muffins. I had 3. What's that?
But you do
then
learn
you
about
have like kids going, I want to be a
amounts, don't
footballer.
you, and timings and all the skills.
What?
And I know when I was doing working in education years ago, most of the children that had like they say they're like attention deficit disorder and all this thing, they had a garage there, and these kids that wouldn't sit down in the class for 2 minutes, put a car in front of them and some tools, they'll work for 10 hours flat. They won't argue, they won't fight, there's no nonsense, they're all respectful. It's because I think it's not relevant to everybody. And I think there probably will be a time where you would have your
some people like to work with their hands,
and some people are better at working. It doesn't mean they're stupid, does it?
No.
Because they can't.
Yeah, you have these
you can
academics.
mention numbers in their head, but you tell them what do you want, they'll go, oh no,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know the word for it, but I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I think that's the point, isn't it?
It's got to be tailored to people's interests, surely.
Yeah, education should be more tailored. Absolutely. Right, boys, we've hit an hour.
More creative.
Class is done for the day.
Gosh, it flew by, didn't it?
Here we go. All right, Light Chat Podcast. Check us out. We've had some comments coming in. We've had some interactions, and that's been fantastic. So more of that, please. Light Chat Podcast, yahoo.com. Light Chat Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, and iTunes, and Instagram as well. I keep forgetting about Instagram. All right, guys. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Listen.